So we're now the 2nd of January. We're over the New Year celebrations 2023. Now this little video here now I'm going to make is about a small little bit of ground here that's kind of landlocked. There's other people's land all the way around it, but there's right of ways into it. Now there was no cattle on this for years and years and years. I got the grazing of it this year for the first time, and I had the ponies in on it. Now if I just wheel around here now, you can see that behind my wire there is all cutaway bog. So this is just a little bit of high ground. It drops off on all sides. So I'm after letting the cattle in here now this morning, and I've brought in a bit of dry silage, fairly like haylage I suppose you could call it, wrapped hay. And they're only in here now for the last 10 or 15 minutes, but I've left in my haylage, and they're mad for that haylage. But they've lots of picking as well. Now what's interesting about this little hill here is that behind them cows there's about a quarter of an acre of what do you call them, blackthorns, and there's lots of ivy in there, and they have been in there now for the last while, but since I threw out the haylage, they're back out again here eating that haylage. But you can see there's lovely sweet picking in here now for them cows on the 2nd of January. But here's another interesting feature that I found, and I only found it after well, only found it now that I came back in, but I had the pony and the foal on this just left on it, and they ate down a good lot of it, and then I took them off, and I haven't been back to it now in, I don't know, a good few months anyhow. But if you look down here now, hopefully the camera picks them up, but if you see them little ridges on the ground, well, that to me now they're more common in the west of Ireland, but we're here in Cavan now as well, and I'm sure they're still here. Now they're famine ridges. Well, they're definitely ridges for spuds, and they've been there a long time now. I don't know the history of this area. I'm a bit of a blow-in. I'm here 20 years now, but there's lots of fields down the west now that are like that. But that to me, that tells me that this was a garden one time, a long time ago, and the spuds would have failed, and the blight was in the ground, and either the people died out or emigrated out to America, but the spuds were never grown there again. Now maybe I'm wrong, that could be more modern, them ridges there, but eventually, or at some stage, they did quit. That's exactly what famine ridges look like, when the people died out or emigrated and the spuds failed. So I thought that was an interesting feature. They call them black gardens, I think. There would be black earth under here, so they would have took turf out of that field there to fertilise the ground along with cow dung to grow their spuds. So yeah, there's a lot of them around the country, mostly in the west. But that's the story behind them ridges. But the cattle are doing well now anyhow. The rain has stopped for the last few days. It's cool today. We had heavy fog. It's lifted now. It's starting to brighten, and the cattle are grazing. And it's great to see on the 2nd of January that we have a little bit of picking, even though they're eating the hay. But they will go back and go into them woods as well and eat the ivy. There's lots of ivy in there and lots of shelving, and there's meant to be lots of rain this week now again. We'll see. Some of the big rain that they said it was going to come over New Year's night didn't come, so that was good. So yeah, a bit of high ground, you cannot beat a bit of high ground when you've wet conditions. So I'll just scan around here now. So that there is a real swamp now. You could not go in there now. Well, you could go in, but you wouldn't be coming out of it. Yeah, there'd be holes in there now you would not get out of, and you wouldn't know how deep they are. But this is a little bit of high ground here. So anyhow, that's the story with the cattle. All is quiet, and I can relax that the rain has stopped and that they're on drier ground, thank God. So that's the story. So for now I'll say good luck and goodbye.